satellite event. My name is B.ACADEMY. I am in the middle of the storm of the Crypto Valley. I'm co-founder of the Crypto Valley, together with some friends here who maybe are not as visible as I am right now because I organize meetups, etc. I try to grow the community. I try to make sure that people like Albert Osmani, who decided to embark on the crypto scene, he has a shop where he accepts Bitcoin. Yeah, maybe you have seen that. That's why we are here, but also because there is enough liquidity. And that's very important in these times. Okay, 2-3 words about myself so that you, maybe you walk away after that, I don't know. One argument to stay here is this little box. You can put in your business card and then you have the chance to win 3 days Davos Crypto Mountain. And I want to say some words about Crypto Mountain. I have some friends here, real friends. You have seen maybe the t-shirt they wear. That's the t-shirt here, Crypto Mountain, with these two animals looking against each other. The spirit of Crypto Mountain is not really to have a real battle that there is a winner afterwards. No, there is always a winner, but it shouldn't be hurt afterwards. And these two animals, they are in the mountains. These are Capricorns, I think in English, Capricorns, and they have battles, but they never kill each other. So that's one of the elements, in my view, is an element in the Crypto Mountain that we are looking for good debates about topics that really are challenging and topics that may really have good arguments for one side or the other side. And this is one of the key elements of Crypto Mountain. Another key element of Crypto Mountain is that we start with skiing in the morning after a healthy breakfast, of course. And then after that, we start with talk battles and fireside chats about blockchain topic that really are moving us, and really you have a hard time maybe to see which direction we have to go. It can be more on the technical side, it can be more on the regulatory side. This year we had some regulatory from Liechtenstein. He turned out not only to have good content in the afternoon, he was also an excellent snowboarder. He couldn't make it today. There are other friends, for instance, Richard from CoreLedger. Thank you for helping us enabling this event. CoreLedger is one of a little bit the hidden champions, in my view, in the space of, how would you name it now? Exchanges is not the right expression, it's a platform.
The world exchange.
Right, okay. So you definitely have to ask him and to elaborate on that. Then we have from the HIT Foundation, Liz from the HIT Foundation, who were present there. They are in the healthcare area, creating a platform that is really completely against any monopolizing data. It's about really having a democratic approach of having data and commercialize data out of that. This is one of the directions we have covered. We also have covered Thomas Friedrich Ambitorio, who made happen that there is also a way back from a virtual world to a real world. He has a 3D printer demonstration. We were about 3 weeks ago, we were some Chinese here, Chinese managers. They were really impressed about the whole value chain we were able to present, from virtual to licenses and then back to real stuff. So ask him. I have not the time to tell everything about this. Or maybe you join the next Crypto Mountain that will take place in March. You have the flyer here. You can subscribe or at least register to participate. And the topics are not defined yet. We want to find topics that really have a good good sense of debate, that we want to really discuss things. Okay, now the agenda for tonight, we have two persons beside myself, of course. We have Effi Pilarinu. Effi is one of the participant speakers of the Crypto Mountain last event. She has a very fancy background as a Wall Street career of more than 20 years, something like that. And she
But I'm still 30 years old, okay?
Wall Street perspective. What did you say?
I'm still 30 years old.
Okay,
So stop saying how many years.
Okay. I need to change my script.
Unfortunately, there was no blockchain.
She brought very spectacular perspectives from that side, and she will do a slice tonight about a little bit the spirit of blockchain, spirit of Crypto Mountain, meaning that you have always very different perspectives. And if you look at the financial industry, it's incredible. It's kind of, shall I stay or go away, in a way. Today I met a guy in the 40s. He left a big bank, and I was there as well. In this bank, so it's UBS, I can say UBS. He left UBS. Why? He said, listen, in UBS or in any other legacy bank, what do? You try to improve your life, etc. You have these inner fights, etc. But that's not really perspective. And then he said, listen, step out and go in that direction, and he's a happy person. And so it was also my way a little bit. Step out and just try to find a way how to bring some added value into the ecosystem. And I hope that Crypto Mountain and some other activities are of added value. At least I hope that. Okay, Effi. After Effi, Albert will say something about wine, because also wine has legacy and some modern streams, and I think it's very important also to see in that territory. Albert will talk about this. But first, Effi, thank you very much for joining me. So step up on it. Right. Okay. Right.
What Redo didn't tell you was that I had an accident 3 months ago. I fractured my knee, so when I went to Davos, it was really fresh. Had a big cast. I was on chains. They had to carry me literally on stage. I was sitting. I had a 1-hour talk to do, so that was, I guess, everybody ridiculed me. But in any case, I'm not in a great position to bend my knee. I also, from what Redo said, maybe we should form a step down or step out club, because I also used to be on Wall Street for many years. So I'm one of those old step out people from the street into the new fintech and blockchain world. So I come from that angle, and I'll be telling you more about it. At Davos, I really spoke about a Wall Street perspective and the crypto market. So I don't think that I should tell you more about that. Sorry, guys, I have to pick up first. Sorry, I really have to answer this. Hello? John Bogle from Vanguard. John Bogle. Yes. I hear you. Yeah, it is very true. Passive investing is, you gave your life for passive investing. Yep. Yeah. Vanguard, 5 trillion assets under management. Yeah. Passive investing, everybody's doing passive investing. We know that. But the truth is that, it's not in vogue, the term. You know what's in vogue, right? I'm sorry to say that, but it's HODL. That's what we call it now. HODL is half a trillion. It's not 5 trillion, but we're getting there. At this rate, we'll get there. I know. You worry about this because, I mean, you told everybody, passive. Yeah, it's so true, and we're huddling. In any case, I will write about this on Daily FinTech. I will. I don't know which angle I will take, but I will write about this. Okay. Thank you for calling. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I really had to take this. I mean, where are we today? Who's trying to meet who? I really don't know. I mean, I got into FinTech to disrupt the guys, and the only work I do now is help FinTechs partner with banks and help banks partner with FinTechs. And of course, now I'm into blockchain because that's the disruptive stuff, right? And to tell you the truth, every now and then, my old buddies from Wall Street, because a lot of them, sadly for them, have not left the street. Sadly for them, because it's been 10 years, right? After the subprime crisis, what is it? I mean, the morale in that industry has gone boom, down like that, right? When I was in the industry, all the innovation, all the stuff was happening there. But now, forget about it. So you know what's happening to them? They're salivating. Why? Because this is the best asset in the world. Everybody talks about a risky asset. I mean, what is a risky asset? Something that's volatile and going up all the time. That's not a risky asset. That's the best thing that could happen to a proprietary tester and to a trading desk. Isn't it? I mean, that's really an irony of it. But I tell you what, is anybody from Argentina here? Nobody? Okay, good. I can talk for you.
Yeah, but medium line, so
That's true. By the way, this place is fantastic. It actually reminds me of Wall Street, of the trading floor. It was like this type of setup, a long table and so on. We didn't have the wine bottles, but the spirit was like that. And because my first job was at Salomon Brothers, and I was on the structured products desk, which I think is where crypto market's going to go, and I'll circle back to that. Behind, the desk behind, like the parallel thing, was the ARB guys, the arbitrage guys. Anybody that knows anything about Wall Street knows the guys that formed long-term capital management, the big hedge fund. Those were the guys that were sitting behind them. Anybody have any idea what we called them as a nickname? What they were called as a nickname when we referred to them? Nobody? The big swinging dicks, pardon my language. But that was it, okay? Because those were the guys that had, you know, the capital, the tap was open for them, and they could do whatever they wanted to do. So what were we playing, in the evenings? Has anybody read Michael Lewis? Has anybody read Liar's Poker? So Liar's Poker, I mean, Michael Lewis was working at Salomon Brothers a little bit before I did as a salesperson, and he wrote this amazing book about the culture there. And basically, they were playing this game, Liar's Poker, which is what? You take a $1 bill, an American $1 bill, and of course it has a serial number on it. And you play this poker game where I bet how many, I pick a number, let's say threes, and I bet how many threes you have in your serial number, and then you play it around. Okay? So for me, you know, I remember Liar's Poker. This is American. Gordon Gekko, that's Wall Street. And Wall Street is where it was happening. I don't know if you know the story. The area is called Wall Street because there was a wall in the older days where they were trading, you know, animals and so on. And the reality now is, what is the reality? There's no Wall Street. There's China and mining funds. And Gordon Gekko, who pays attention to him? It's Satoshi Nakamoto. I'm not going to take that call, by the way. Okay? Even if it is Boba. Except if it's Vitalik. Can you check? No, it's not Vitalik. By the way, do you know why Vitalik and how Vitalik got into the business that he got into Ethereum? Does anybody know the story? What frustration led him to that? He was playing which game? Online game. Huh? Yes. And what happened? The company changed the rules of the game. And he got so frustrated that he said, the heck with centralization. No entertainment company will decide, you know, what the spell of X and X, I don't remember, the character in the game is going to happen. And that's how the idea came about. So here we are in this world where, you know, Gordon Gekko, nobody pays attention. It's Satoshi Nakamoto. And Wall Street, who cares about Wall Street? Who dreams about Wall Street? Nobody does. Mining farms in China and whatever. And this is the world that we're living in. And, you know, the irony is that G20 governments and central banks gathered in Argentina in March to discuss the issues around cryptocurrencies. Of course, other issues, but that was the main point. Where? In Argentina, of all places. Do you know that Argentina, in the last 200 years, they have changed nine currencies? This is the 9th currency they have. I mean, in this line, in this country, they're talking about whether there is a need for some type of Bitcoin. Do you know that Argentina is the 3rd country in the world in terms of adopting cryptocurrencies? It's just amazing. Really amazing. Now, if you wonder about Wall Street, I've left Wall Street, but I really understand what's going on. So let me tell you what's going to happen over the next 2 years, and this is no joke. Okay? My prediction is, let me take a serious microphone because this is really serious. Okay? This is really serious. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Okay? Okay. Futures. If you can't trade the thing, I mean, we used to do it all the time. If you can't touch it, if there's a law that prohibits you to do it, you do a structured product. You do a special purpose vehicle. I mean, this is a recipe from the ancient days. SPVs, you know, special wrappers. Wrappers. We're in the business of wrappers. Nothing has changed, believe me. So if you can't trade the thing, you trade futures. Okay? So, I mean, why do we have futures on the CME, on the CBOE? Today I read the listing in the UK exchange of futures in Litecoin. It's going to be, the place is going to be flooded, okay? Only Goldman Sachs was the first company and only one that accepted to clear these trades. Morgan Stanley stepped in, nobody else has for the moment being, but that is going to be the business. Can't do the real thing. We'll do it for our customers. Oh, really? You know? We'll buy Poloniex, a crypto exchange, clean it up, integrate it, and have it. That's what's going on. Exactly. Okay? And let me tell you another thing. Let's meet next year, this time, around this season, and what is going to happen is Wall Street is going to take over all the stablecoin business. All the stablecoin business. They're going to hire the best programmers and the best talent, and they're going to beat the stablecoin business. They're going to leapfrog everybody. That's the business that they're going to capture. They're going to find the ways to do it. Okay, whether it's special purpose vehicle, subsidiaries, and so on. Asset-backed stuff, you know, blah, blah, blah. Right? You know, you can't beat somebody who knows what it means to structure products, to engineer. Financial engineering is what we're talking about. Okay? It's technical stuff, but at the end of the day, when you go to the market, it is what? It's about a product. It's about putting the right wrapper, dressing it up, and doing the right thing. So this is what I predict is going to happen to this business. And if there's anybody that thinks that it's going to go otherwise, this is it. Everybody, is it Bogle again? What? He's
Jamie
really
Dimon.
upset. Jamie Dimon.
Jamie
Okay,
Dimon.
listen. I have to tell you guys. I had a pair of glasses with the Bitcoin sunglasses with the Bitcoin symbol, and I was driving around. And of course, I mean, I'm Greek. I do things like that, right? The Swiss police caught me, and they confiscated the glasses. They confiscated the glasses. I mean, what is that from a woman? You know, an accessory, just amazing. In any case, listen. This microphone. You know how at weddings. I don't know if you have this tradition in our weddings. What they do is at the end, the bride with the flowers, she turns around and she throws it like that, and whichever woman catches it, then she will get married. Now, I'm going to do this, and men and women can catch it, and I don't know what's going to happen to them, and that is the end of that. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much. Okay, a little bit.
No winery, they have no own grapes, they have no own winemaker, but they have an idea. They have an idea, and they want to do through branding and, of course, also labeling just their own successful story. So it's for the wine history, for people who like this wine culture, it's just like a no-go. So people, let's talk now, Swiss people who like this tradition stuff, they always want to hear about, hey, what's a winemaker's name and what's the tradition of the family. So on this one it's quite hard to explain because there are some young creative winemakers who just have like the idea, hey, we need a wine produced from a famous region in Spain, from Rueda. So they went to let's say to a winery and ordered there 5,000 bottles of wine. So they told to the wine owner or the wine producer, you have only to produce that wine. We come and buy the wine, and the labeling and whatever we do doesn't need to know what we are going to market or to. So that's how the successful story started with this winery like 5 years ago. and now they are worldwide. So this is one of their wines. They have also other wines with like the Macho Man Monastrell. So they love to do with labels for the Invisible Man. So this is something that sells very good for young generation, because I think it's something that first everybody, like, there are some people who just buy wines because of the label, looks funny, and but at the same time the producer who did this wine for them, he has also the same wine in his portfolio, but if you see that both products, the other one doesn't sell very well like this one. So it's quite controversial, and I thought we just showed the wine today, and I hope you enjoyed. And the reason why you are here, I am also involved in Crypto Valley, if I won or not. So it starts last year in July. One of my friends from Lakeside Parsons asked me if I want to sell wines with Bitcoin. And I was like, what the hell, what's that? So he was like, this is like a currency, and so people come and buy with Bitcoin. And my question was like, do I need to pay something for that? I'm going to lose money with that? It's like, no. And if it's something happens, I'll take care about that. So that's how the story starts. So, and since then it's like really crazy. I have like every week at least one newspaper here. I had an interview today with a young guy from Basel, 30 minutes. Last week were like, I don't know, students here from Ingolstadt, 15 people. Finnish TV was yesterday, Financial Times, Russian TV, like, I don't know, it's going around the world, House of Wine, so it was like really perfect free marketing, because I'm an entrepreneur, so I have no financial capital to market my my shop. So just for you to I don't know, maybe you know how it works, or you know how to pay with Bitcoin, just like a small process for you to see, because some guys at the beginning last year, they came just with curiosity, they thought like it's a fake, it's just like they tried to do something here which doesn't exist. So Bitcoin Swiss is the provider who created that for me. So I give here, I hope you can see that it's not that big, but I give here the amount first. Let's say they buy a bottle of wine for 100 francs. And the description here is like optionally, usually I put the name of the client. And Swiss franc you can choose in euro. And then it's...
Can I buy now?
You divide the other one? Okay, let's, because
That's Igor from Toronto. He just came from Toronto here. He had yesterday a fantastic presentation in Rathaus, the oldest location, blockchain meetup location in the world. And I think there was the first direct communication between Toronto, the Rathaus of Zug, and Igor. Great to have you here.
So I'd like to buy this MMM wine.
So you're going to buy the bottle for Meme. This is 25 francs. So now the customer is here.
Two bottles.
Two bottles. Okay, great. Who wants three?
No, I'm not.
Are we going to do a live auction right now?
So let's put 50 francs here. And Swiss franc. And so, and then the next page, so go and pay, it's quite easy. And then it creates this so-called QR code. Just or you see it, guys, professional. So that's the biggest part of that part that I love here is like, I mean, it's a little bit mean, but it's 50 francs, and this is 1 franc, 12 cents is the fee. And the fee has to be from the customer. So this is like my biggest profitable part. Because usually if you pay with MasterCard or other credit cards, I need to pay to 2% commission. So when I saw that, like, for me, we can really, honestly now, from now on, only Bitcoin accepted, so all the rest of the cards. So you can see now live, when this go through, I get that green sign, it's okay.
Can I get my wine?
And so, it's a funny story, you get no wine, you just pay.
Yeah, wait, but I get my wine.
So that's the whole process. I mean, this is now very quickly. The beginning was like up to 5-10 minutes. But, and so just for people, Bitcoin's amount goes to the Bitcoin Swiss AG, and they convert in Swiss franc directly. So I don't keep the Bitcoins. That's the whole story. So, sorry?
How you hold it?
Yeah, how you hold the, you don't keep bitcoins, right?
I don't keep the Bitcoin, so
Yeah.
they asked me first. I'm like, you know what? And I'm not the speculative guy, so I thought like I better have on my Swiss franc.
Actually, it's a better usage of cryptocurrency. When you hodl, it's not a currency. It's a way of store value. But when you pay and convert from currency to currency, and it goes from people to company, company to people. That's how we use currencies, right? So that's why we invented money, and that's why we reinvented in crypto. So this is actually a better way to use cryptocurrency than hodl.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
That's cool.
my wine.
There's no wine, sorry. It's sold out.
Yeah, we call it scam in cryptocurrency.
Well, just reverse the payment if you don't get the wine.
It's too late.
So,